Welcome to Peter King's Training Camp Tour, presented by Die Hard Batteries and Advance Auto Parts. Peter King with NBC Sports here at NRG Stadium in Houston after the opening preseason game of the year and with Cam Jordan of the Saints. So, Cam, this has got to be a weird year for you. This is the first year you've ever entered a season without Sean Payton, as the coach. And I wondered, what has the adjustment to Dennis Allen been like for you guys?
I think that's a smooth transition. That's somebody that's in the building and that's somebody we trust and know has the right mindset for our win now mentality. I think that with him at helm, there's not a lot of change that is going on. When we think about the schedule, sort of similar, we think about how some things have changed, but at the same thing, the root, the base, the fundamentals of it all is still the same.
He told me, really, basically, why would I want to change anything? It's working. Mm-hmm. We got a good team. We have a lot of people, constants here, and we're a winning organization. Is that the way you think the players look at it coming into the first year post-Sean?
I think the players look at it as this is somebody who's been in building, has had a lot of success. We may have missed the playoffs last year, still didn't have a losing season. I think we have the right key pieces in terms of our defense, and we've clearly added on a lot of power on our offensive side. So I think, when it comes down to the head coach, we're going to let coaches coach and players play, and we'll sort everything out hopefully by week one.
I'm kind of fascinated by Chris Olave. He was my favorite receiver in this draft. And it's almost like with Michael Thomas coming back, you've got two number one receivers, two first-round draft pick receivers, and then, oh, by the way, Jarvis Landry showed up. So what has been the difference in the receiving core versus last year?
Last year we were clearly strapped for depth. This year that's probably our deepest room. You think about potential starters in Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, Jarvis, Juice, Landry. You then have, Marquez, who made a major jump for us last year, wide receiver leader Deontay Hardy now. That's strong. If you talk about speed, you talk about the technique, you talk about the work ethic in that room, it's through the roof. So that's probably that's the main driving force in my mind on the offense side.
So I'm curious, you guys, the last two regular seasons, you're 4-0 in the regular season against the Bucs and Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. What do you think you do well, and how do you match up well against that team?
I think particularly it doesn't matter who's against us. We've always carried it as this is our division mentality, and we're trying to put our best foot forward in that manner. We understand that Tom Brady is one of the most accomplished quarterbacks to ever hit the land, and there's nothing you can do to take that away from him. And he's clearly the greatest mind in the game currently. And so it's always going to be a task to try and put a cap on him, especially when you have guys like, what is it now, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Who else did they call up? They're super. They were already a super team that just keeps on picking up people. Russell Gage.
Yeah. Julio Jones.
He just added a Hall of Famer. But, they clearly needed help because they only won a Super Bowl 2 years ago. But no, they've got a great team already. But it's our mentality. It doesn't matter whether it's Carolina we see 2 times a year, Atlanta we see 2 times a year, or Tampa. If you line up across us, we're looking for a win.
So I'm curious about you personally. What continues to drive you?
My mustache.
At age, it's a beautiful mustache. What continues to drive you at age 33?
The idea that, I want more. I always want more. I feel like last year I'm looking at the playoffs on the outside and I want more. I sat there and announced some in-game announcements in the Super Bowl, and that was the first time I actually was able to stomach being in the Super Bowl. And I was like, I want to be in it. Maybe the way I've been looking at the Super Bowl is all wrong. I've said previously, I don't want to be close to a Super Bowl if I'm not in it. By kickoff, I'm on a plane headed home somewhere. I needed to see what I needed to see. I saw, the Rams win a Super Bowl. I saw Cincinnati lose one. And I said, by all means, I want to be in this position to be able to try and win a Super Bowl. So whatever that takes. I don't know if it's the age, it's the mentality, it's a mindset, whatever you want to call it. The energy is, let's try and win one.
Is it realistic to think of you guys as serious Super Bowl contenders?
I think that every time I wake up. Long before we had this phenomenal 4-year stretch of going to the playoffs every year, it was this idea that we can win because of our offense. We can win in spite of our defense. We can win because of our defense. We're throwing all that together. We're going to win because of our offense, defense, and our special teams. I think that there's always going to be naysayers. There's always going to be negative energy. But what am I going to do? Am I going to wake up and think we're only going to be mediocre? We're striving for excellence. And I think we have excellent players to do so.
You have any good predictions for me?
In terms of?
This year?
Yeah, Saints win it all. It's not that far-fetched. I think about what Jameis Winston brings to the table. If we have to go through quarterbacks again like we did last year and still come up with 9 wins playing over 4 quarterbacks, I mean, we can do that. We have the ability, we have the power, and I think, again, with our elevated play from our wide receivers, we talk about, drafting offensive linemen to replace, a guy like Teron Armstead, which I don't think is replaceable. I think that we have every position in the right area to be exactly who we need to be. And when season starts, that's when we'll start making our own predictions. Right now, we're foraging.
You're what, foraging?
Foraging, not foraging.
Oh, foraging.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
We're not looking for anything. We're foraging.
Yeah.
We're hot metal. We're foraging into a sharp sword.
That's very good vocabulary by you. The difference between forging and foraging.
Absolutely.
Proud of you.
University of Cal Berkeley, Some schools can never.
Cam Jordan, thanks a lot. In Houston with the Saints, I'm Peter King.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.